What's up, YouTube? We just bought this Better Homes and Garden Juliet Sectional set, delivered in 3 boxes, about 1,600 bucks on Walmart. Comes with a Juliet left arm love seat, right arm love seat with patio covers. You can see on the box we started disassembling this box, so it's out in the back. And then it also came with a coffee table and 2 ottomans down at the bottom, as well as the corner sofa. So we're going to assemble this on YouTube so you get an honest review of how quality this is. Here is, we've already opened up the cushions for the love seat, and so far feels pretty good, feels quality. We're letting this air out for right now. We're gonna go set up the framing and we'll keep you updated. As I mentioned from the boxes, we've already disassembled the couch set. So far, I'm pretty impressed by, there's only 6 pieces. You've got 2 frames, and then you've got the arm pieces, and then looks like 2 wood pieces here, and 2 more small pieces here. So far, my impression is that this thing is not gonna be hard to put together. So what came into this piece is, it says that it's 20-minute setup time, tools needed. You'll need a socket wrench, which we have our drills over here. Came with 8 feet down at the bottom, and honestly, I'm very impressed with how little of screws come in this, because in the box it looked a little intimidating, but it's actually not that bad of assembly. One thing I wanted to point out is this looks like wood, but this is not wood. This is aluminum. This is actually very, very nice quality. Looks like it's going to hold up for years to come. So very impressed so far by Better Homes and Garden on this. Highly recommend. Power tools. We don't follow directions and the shitty stuff that they put in here, so tighten her down nice and snug. Step 2 says assemble the seat panel to the right arm. It was a little bit confusing on trying to align these up, but if you look here on the arm sections, we have the feet installed on step 1, which is super easy. You'll notice on the frame there's 2 bolts down there, and there's 2 bolts here on the arms, and then you've got 1 bolt screw hole right there. Step 3 is assemble the back tube right arm love seat to the seat panel. You'll notice that we have these 2 lips right here. They line up with these bolts. Make sure these 2 face over to the arm. You'll notice that there's these hook things. At some point, I think these back rests will go on there, so they will go on the outside. For those that don't have drills, this does come with it. Final step, 4th step, is to put the back on. Super easy. They come with these bolts that go into these little open holes here. So just line them up, drop them down. Couch assembly is done for this piece. Really like these straps to be able to put on the frame. Very, very nice. Keeps it in place. So overall, very nice quality. Really, really like the sturdiness and durability of this thing. Alright, now that we've assembled the couches, very comfortable. We've now moved on to the corner piece. Again, very impressed by how easy this is. It says 20 minutes. This took probably more like 45 minutes, but I was also assembling myself. But as we're going to the corner piece, we've got 6 pieces total, 5 legs that go on there. Pretty straightforward, not many bolts to have to put together, so that's really, really awesome. Starting on step 1, it looks like you need to use the M 8x20 bolts. Very straightforward. Everything's labeled on here properly and correctly, and they even give you an extra one, so we're going to go ahead and start assembling the feet. Alright, step 2 and 3 are pretty similar. You need to put these back assembly tubes on the right and left side, so just make sure that these holes again face each other on the back side, so that way when we put the back piece over here on, it'll assemble on there properly. One thing I forgot to do on these couches, not the end of the world, I'm not going to worry about it, but put these metal plates right over in here. Line them up, and then put your bolt in. Alright, step 2 and 3 was very similar like I had mentioned. You put in these corner posts, you have to make sure that these two bolt holes align. So now step 4 would be to assemble this back tube on here using the M6x20 bolts. Just clip them in there. Alright, and step 4, one last thing. These come with some bolt covers for just aesthetic look. They just snap on there. I don't think I've assembled that yet on the previous couch. So step 5, we'll put these back supports on. This is the very last step before the cushions go on. Just line them up with the bolts here. Use the M6x30 bolts. They'll be the longer ones, and then don't forget to put these metal plates on as well. You'll use M6x20s on the top part. Before I put the cushions on this corner piece, I wanted to point out that it is optional. You can separate these 3 pieces to their own and kind of design your patio how you want it. Personally, for us, we want to make this as a sectional, so we want to put these metal face plates right in here and use the M6x20 bolts and connect them down so they don't scoot and slide around. So one thing we wanted to show is the last part. We thought we were going to have to assemble all of this, but this is pretty sick on Better Homes and Garden. This table is already assembled. Again, it looks like wood, but this is all aluminum, which is pretty awesome. It's not going to go to crack. And then the ottomans are already assembled themselves. So it's literally, this process is so easy. I mean, the whole process from unboxing, I will say, has a bunch of plastic, a lot of straps, a lot of stuff that you'll need to remove. So I would say this whole process, if you're moving at a decent pace, is probably about 2.5 hours. There you have it. Assembly was very easy. Only 3 pieces between these two. Everything was 5 steps or less. This table was already assembled. The ottomans were already assembled, just pulled out of the box. Like I said, the whole process took about 2 to 2.5 hours. That includes unloading the boxes and obviously all the trash, and then having to haul it to our back deck and assemble it. Very easy. Anybody could do this. Super duper comfortable. I'm here with my female model, Miss Luna. And I would say that if you're looking to buy an affordable patio set for about $1,600, this would be something I highly recommend. One thing I didn't point out yet is that these ottomans are compact. So if you're looking to pick your feet up and enjoy the day, I would highly recommend this set to anybody. Better Homes and Garden Juliet Sectional is what this is. Link will be in the description down at the bottom.